Welcome back to Empyrion. Alpha 9.3 is now out, so there's some additional changes on top of the 9.2. I don't think it makes a huge difference. Could be saying absolutely the wrong thing there. But 9.3 is now available. I've been doing a little bit of playing in the game. I've not been too well actually recently, so I've been doing a bit of playing without any audio. I've been expanding the current base. I've been doing a bit of ore mining. All little bits of tedious things you probably don't really want to watch as it is. I absolutely love building in the game though itself. So here is the base. Oh, it doesn't look much different from it was, but down here it has all changed. So now I've dug down, I've expanded out the current base with a nice little hangar, some extra areas down the bottom. I don't know why they're necessarily needed to be down there. I have some video where I actually had a bit of an accident digging out the base, so I decided to retain that little recess. This is my digging vehicle, and it has got loads of drills and harvest things and all sorts of stuff. There's probably some rocks left around in here. Yes, rocks. Very basic, but really good for just digging long tunnels. There's a hangar here. This opens up. What we're going to do today is build out an SV, so a small hover flying vessel. So we can do a little bit more exploring. There's some nice little ramps now that take us outside the base, and they go out onto the surface. So there you go. A bit more accessibility in the base. Let's shut the doors. So the base is still being withstanding drone attacks. There's a couple of turrets up here. Could expand it out to another turret and just on top of there. I've been doing loads of mining, so loads of energy cells, Promethean, loads of oxygen being produced now. Happy days. Nothing going on now in these constructors. And we've got loads of food, well, enough food to be going on with. So it's all nice and cosy and comfortable. I've not really done a lot here on this top part of the base. I'll probably move everything down below, so it's a little bit further out of the way of any drones. Eventually, when we leave the surface, we're going to be able to come back here and find it either nicely attacked, or if this bit's destroyed at the top, at least all my cores and everything else still running down here. So I like building underground because of that. But we now need to make an SV. So let's get in the constructors and start building a very rudimentary simple one. I could go with the templates. I find that trying to load in all the resources into the templates is a little bit tedious. Let's kick off. Let's get a starter. It's called small vessel. Doesn't really hint at what kind of small vessel it is by the name, but it is a flying vessel. And let's filter by SV. What else do we need to get? Always need RCSs. We're going to need a cockpit. We need fuel tanks and generators. Then we're going to need, I'll put a wireless in there. We'll get some cargo boxes, a couple of spotlights. Leave all the oxygen pieces out for the time being. Get a nice couple of thrusters in there. We're going to need thrusters as well for vertical. A couple of those, and then a couple for descent, and then we need one for braking. And I'll go with a weak one for braking for the time being. So it's not going to look particularly fancy. Let's have a look. Is there anything else we can make? What's this? Deco block. Oh well, I don't know what that's going to look like. So I did create a couple of Gatling guns. I know I was going to put them on my hover vessel, but since there's not an easy way of sort of pitching to target anything flying in the sky with it, you really need to have the turreted versions of these guns for the hover vessel. In the end, I've decided not to bother. I haven't done much base attack. So I've got some pieces here. I was starting to get the starter block. So I'll add the guns actually on the SV. Since in the flying vessels you can actually pitch, roll, yaw, everything else just to get on target. So what's the day like? Becoming dark. I can actually park up my whole vessel, and I've put a couple of lights on this one as well, a little change. See where I'm going now. another big changes really to the game. Just checking out the map, you can see all the resources around here now being mined out by myself, and even the Promethean's all gone now. I've left quite a bit of the dark patches on the map still unexplored to save those for the videos, and I haven't really mined anything out of the Talon area. Obviously I'll get attacked if I'm down there. I need to be able to defend myself in there. Anyway, there should be enough resources to go around for the time being. So I can park this in here now. There you go. All my vessels can park. I could even park it down the slope. Probably unnecessary. Can I get it down here? I've done a bit of texturing there. Missed a block. Never mind. It's like a little garage. I made it mostly white. You can see it's a bit more practical to have it white. It throws a lot more light back. I can actually see what I'm doing down here. I haven't put any lights in here at the moment. Let's go back up to our constructors. Check the power levels. Lots of power. Where are we up to? And I'm going to need some building blocks as well for this craft. I'd like to make combat blocks. I've really got access to steel ones at the moment. Let's check my resources. Not really sitting on a lot of iron. Could do with a lot more iron. You see now I've got absolutely loads of crushed stone. I built the T2 drill bit, and that just gives you loads and loads of resources as you're digging. So I think eventually I'm going to run out of this iron. I won't have a lot of options to be able to build a complicated craft out of this. But it'd be basic enough to just get us up into orbit. You know, I should be able to access all this down the bottom anyway. So let's build it down in the hangar. I'm running out of oxygen. Do. Let's pop down our first starting block. Which way is this facing? That's forwards. Out to the hangar. That's your first block. And there's the core in the middle. And that's going to be quite exposed. This is just a rough and ready get a hover vehicle going. I'll go get an SV going. Saying the wrong thing completely there. What kind of cockpit should we have? Oh, it's tank-like, doesn't it? I know it's not going to be a tank. Quite like that one. That's nice and small. Let's have that. You want to make a lower profile as possible to avoid any kind of incoming fire. You can have really big, extravagant SVs, but you're going to find that they also are bullet sponges. They'll just take in all the fire. So I want to keep a nice low profile on this one. So we want generators and fuel tanks, they're absolutely essential. Let's put the fuel tank. Face it, if I lose the cockpit, I've lost the craft anyway, so it doesn't really matter how close they are. Bung that down here. A little cargo box up on the top where I like to store those. Wi-Fi modules, doesn't really matter where that goes. Pop that there. And an RCS. Again, another essential component. And I'll just pop that in line. So we've got the basics there. That's most of the engine and other pieces. I need to fuel that up at some point. But it's not going to fly without the engines installed. So let's have a little look. Where are we up to? with engines. This button, that's what I need. Here's my outputs. I've got the main thrusters. Still waiting for the other thrusters. Flesh out a little bit on the craft. So let's put some sides in. Could I get curved sides now? Yes, I can. I can match the profile. So a little bit of protection. Of course, what I've got here is a fuel tank that's still quite exposed on the top, which isn't great. So I probably could have used the cockpit that was a little bit taller anyway, so I could have built higher. And let's leave it. Let's leave it. The other thing I could do is move it down to the back here and just make it extend. Let's think about that. No, let's leave it for the time being. Screw it. I don't want to fill it all in completely. I just need to get some engines installed. So these thrusters are pretty good. Just give a bit of power, a bit more than your basic ones. This whole craft is quite vulnerable. It's just really good to get me about. That's about it. Oh, knocked the microphone there. Sorry about that. Let's pop them here. Let's not quite make them that far. Let's put a block in between. Let's make it really blocky at the moment. Curved sides. Again, just to cow the engines. Got some drones coming in. Okay, that's coming on. Let's check. Have we got the other engines? Got a couple more thrusters. I think I might need a little bit more actually. I'm not thinking about this properly. I need up, down, and I do need yawing side to side engines as well. You need more engines than you would do. Well, do you? Yeah, I think you need more engines than you would do in a hover vessel. So let's make some holes. Let's chip out the blocks. So that's right next to the core. Pop that one in there. And we've got any more engines? Oh, more button. Yes, two more. And that should help it get off the ground. Where shall I put them? I think the best... You want to get it in the centre really. So where's the best position for these? Should we go here? Take these blocks out as well. Number 6. Which way up is this engine? That's right. Let's pop that in there. Okay, so we got enough. So if we can fuel it. Let's turn it on. Oh, that went up very quick. I think it's very light. It seems to be falling on its own. I wonder why it's doing that. So an external view. Yeah, I can't really go backwards. Well, let's go backwards a little bit, even if you haven't got an engine. That's interesting. So I can go up. I've got the 2 thrusters there that let me go up. Ah, I think it's because I haven't got any down thrust. It just keeps going up. That doesn't make a lot of sense. It can't hold itself in position yet until I put the other thrusters on. Right. I think I need to go upstairs and just build some more, because I don't think I built enough. I've got one more thruster. I think that was going to be my reverse one. Let's use it just to balance out. Oh, it's ugly as hell, but let's just leave it on top. Yes, there's no thought out design here. Yeah, it's not drifting now. That's good. So I can pop out and I can get underneath. Tidy that up. Let's just go back into it. Turn it off. Right. I'll make a little gap in here and put those engines in. Which way up are those? Are they the right way up? Yes, yes. That one and that one. So I've got up, down, side to side, forward thrusters. I just need one reverse thruster and a couple of lights. And there's my reverse thruster. Here's a couple of lights. Blocky matte block face, absolutely. I wonder if I can, even though I don't mind ugly, it is but ugly, this thing. Let's just pop these off. And let's pop them underneath. Fill in some blocks. What shall I do underneath? A little design? Like a design exists at all on this. Now I can put my lights. Let's just leave them at the front. Keep it simple, stupid. Blocky, matte block. I have actually blocked out some thrusters, so it should work still. Where were they? Were they here? Or were they here? Are they here? Okay. I could move them down. Just so it looks right. Go. Take this one out. No, that's the wrong way around. Fill in the blocks. They're solid, aren't they? Yep. Okay. 1 SV. Not very well defended SV. But an SV nonetheless. Let's give it a whirl. Right, we're open up here. And there's our base below. And those hangar doors don't shut on their own. Oh well. Where can we go to? Well, I've roamed quite a long way. I think it's just head east. Might be the best, quickest way. Let's see what happens. This is where you get the sheer scale of the whole game. I mean, I'm flying around quite quickly now over the map. But imagine being on foot. Imagine trying to actually get past all of these hills and mountains. It is quite epic, really, when you think about it. It does also show though how small the planets really are, because I'm almost flown all the way around now and returned home. So it's big and it's small all at the same time, but walking on foot, if you got stranded, you lost your ship, you had to get back to your home base, you can tell it's a good hour or something of walking back over all these mountains, and you'll probably get killed by something. If you had to go through Talon or Xerax territory, you might get shot. You could run out of oxygen, you could run out of food. It's not as harsh as it could be for a survival game though. So you saw at the beginning, I did make a bit of a mistake. I did have to get myself out of, Talon territory, and I got killed a few times, and that was a bit of a bummer. It didn't really feel it didn't feel impossible still. It just, if you keep walking and yeah, you could keep dying and it's a bit tedious. It kind of gives you the tedium, but not really the sheer feeling of needing to survive. It'd be really good if you needed to sleep, you needed to rest. There were, the environmental effects of weather would also affect your health. You had to seek shelter or dig a shelter or make something or use the survival tent more. That would certainly add a lot to the game. Right, let's see where we are. I've cleared most of that. I've cleared the black squares. I could go double back on myself and have a look at the rest of it, but I think we've had it once around here. Oh, there's a drone just out in the middle of nowhere. What's a rocket drone doing there? And there we go. Little flight. Those hangar doors do work when you actually get back in. Where can I pop an ammo box? Might just have to make it in the back. There we go. Let's go grab guns, some more wings, whatever they are. So it's extremely vulnerable in this craft. Anything shoots at me, I'm risking losing my the engines, or at least the power. Engines are fairly vulnerable, but I'm risking losing power. And the essential components really are the fuel tank. If I lose that, these aren't that essential. If I lose the RCS, I can't fly. The only one I'm really protecting in here, I've had the core's on the bottom. I mean, if I lose the core as well, I'm falling out of the sky. And they don't have many hit points at all. Might be able to see quite quickly here. Obviously spotlights tend to be extremely vulnerable, they smash very easily. Guns are okay, but you can see in the normal body block, steel blocks are only 50. So yeah, without the combat blocks, they're not making a huge difference to the defence. Actually, some of these components are a bit sturdier, but a fuel tank's only 25, so it's half the strength of one of these blocks and takes up 2 squares. So they're quite vulnerable. So I'm kind of saying if you're going to build your own, you might want to consider those issues. Point it straight up. Got that terrible looking fin on the back of the craft now. Adds nothing at all. There we go, we're off the surface. And we're in a very cobalt looking space. I don't remember it looking this blue. It might have been changed a little bit. All straight into Xerax territory. Can't really see anything on the dark side. There we go. That's the surface. There's quite a bit of drift now. Don't remember the SVs being so drifty as this. It could be that I've got weak engines on the aircraft, on the SV. I say aircraft, it's nothing to do with air. Small vessel. Magnesium. I don't think there's any magnesium to actually dig on the planet's surface, so that's going to be necessary. Oh, there's a drone. There's a couple of drones. Oh! Why are my guns not working? Oh, I've not selected them. Hit it! Damn it. There's another drone. Here. It doesn't help now, I can't see through the copper trees. There's loads of drones. Be really careful. Don't want to get stranded on the moon. Who's shooting at me now? Might have to duck down and repair. It's going to go external so I can see around a little bit more. Oh, there it is. Am I hitting it? Yeah. If I'm stuck here. If I crash here, that's it. It's game over time. That's reverting back. I think I've lost an engine. I think there's another drone here. There's actually loads of them. Swarming. This dot's moving as well. Move away. I'm going to have to retreat. I don't know if I've just lost an engine or something. I seem to be drifting a huge amount. Let's find somewhere to land. Slightly tense. After obviously I've explained the problem that you have if you lose any of your essentials. I'll leave the engine running. Some cockpit's definitely damaged. There's another drone in the distance. Let's go. Let's move away from it. It's a bit fortunate then. We've shot down some drones. I can't go loot them. That's the cockpit repaired. The guns in action. That's what the essentials look like. Fuel tank's okay. They've all been affected to some degree. Got my engine at the front. My lights are okay. Is it just cosmetics now? Those engines good. Not as bad as it could have been then. Let's have a little hover. Look underneath. I've got all my engines. That's good news. Okay. Live to fight another day. So that was magnesium deposits. Is there a drone around here? Up there. Clear off. So all of them. What I'm looking for is if these red dots are moving. They're not. I think it's just my cockpit that's taking a bit of a battering. Oh, the engine did. It's not really a bad thing. If you lose one of your thruster engines, you can keep playing. What is going on here? These mysterious windows. Mysterious windows. One of these is moving. There's a drone there. I think it spotted me. Oh, just too slow. Right, let's go take this moving drone out. Oh! What the crappy doodies? Where's that coming from? Over here? Is it one of the large ones? It's a small one. That sounds like it could have been Minecraft getting destroyed then. So the moon's very well defended. This is very well defended. Let's have a little repair. So they're only minigun drones and they're actually taking quite a bit of, well, I'm taking quite a bit of a pounding. This is a massively dangerous thing to do if a drone comes by. Thought I might be able to hit the magnesium straight away and get quite a few quick pieces of ore. There it is, it's starting to appear. Quick look around, can't see anything coming still. Oh shoot, something is shooting at me. What's going on? Piss off. There it is. Yeah, I think I'll leave out the mining for a bit. 31. Crash Sentinel front. That's interesting. Some drones hanging. So what is on here? Anything worth taking? Not really. Not going to chance that one. I'll leave it alone. Ah, cobalt as well. So eventually you're going to need to use all of these resources. You'll have to mine them out on the moon. The only other choice I've got is if I can actually steal resources, like cobalt from other facilities. But you can mine your own. I'm going to leave it for the time being. I'll need a sturdier SV, or at least make this one better armoured. Modify it slightly. There are some beautiful templates for the SVs. Really nice to actually make out the factory. Saying that, you just want to get on with it and start flying around. I would do what I've done and just start building it out from your own constructor. A very basic vessel, simple steel blocks. Almost gone around the moon now. Yeah, the simpler the better. You just get you off the planet. You can start mining. You can start defending yourself a little bit against drones. There's a drone. Speak of drones. It's a bit easier when there's daylight on this side. Oh, there's something interesting over there. What's that? It's a lot harder to attack the dark side of the moon. There is something very shiny down here. There's a capital vessel. Rocket drones are particularly nasty. If you don't see them coming and they get a good square hit on you, you can lose your craft. Let's just knock the engines off for the time being. Interesting. Why did that have a detector on it? If you should drill a little bit here. Dig out some of these cargo blocks. Oh, dig, dig, dig. More resources. More resources. Very handy. Oh yes, I've got some resources I can't mine right now, so neodymium. Let's pop these onto my small vessel. Some more bullets here. I'll not load those into the ammo box. Got a spare multi-tool. Tascosium as well. So this is where looting comes in handy. You get some resources that you can't access right now until you go out to different places. Keep your eye on the radar just to check there was no incoming drones. Oh, all this is doing is digging under here. Anything I could use. Fuel tanks aren't particularly interesting. There's a fuel tank I could take as a whole one. If I again caught the vessel, owned it. Some ammo. Anything in here? Interesting. Can't take fuel from the fuel tanks. No. Ah, here's a thruster. It's only a small one. But there are thrusters on this. Oh Christ, there is incoming drones. How do I get out of here? I want to get out of the ship. I want to get out of the ship. I'm going to get absolutely pummeled if I don't get my arse out of here. Get me out, 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 get me out. Close, 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 close. Where's the other one? I saw another one flying. It's over here somewhere. There's one. Better reload. These keep appearing, these windows. They just keep appearing in the air. It's a random bug. There's some more engines. I can retrieve those. Okay, I've had a little look around here. I don't think there's anything easy to pick through now. Yeah, there's quite a few engines. This is good. I have to remember this. Mark it up. Loot. There's another one coming in. It's a bit hazardous. I always forget how I got in here. Just get me out. Oh, there's a planet. Planet rise. I found some Prometheum, that's useful. I want to fly back there in a minute. Right, that's enough. Let's get out of here. Orbit in 3, 2, 1. Very blue. If it's really blue out here, why can't I see the blue on the planet's surface or the moon? Let's turn the brake back on again. quite a long way from my base. Random windows appearing in the sky again. I haven't been here. This is a very good wreckage. There are intact engines on here. I don't think we're at risk of getting shot by anything. Although there were a few drones floating about. I don't think it's the same as being on the moon. Floating windows. Well, the worst comes to worst, it's a long walk back. Now, is there a core I need to knock out first? Not sure. Let's just try plopping mine down. Plopping it. Plopping it, plopping it. Yeah, I can put it anywhere I like. Very good. There's a drone. There's a drone coming in. A flyaway drone. Try this again. Let's check on the map. So it's become green. It's a good indication that it's mine. I'll try and access it by pressing P. It's mine. I can rename it as well. Loot. Oh, it's still called wreckage anyway, never mind. I sort of renamed it. I think... Oh! Piss off! Get lost. They're coming in thick and fast. I'm gonna die. Oh shit. Shit, 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 shit. I need to get to my craft. I should have just run to my craft. Where did they come from? Where is my... Piss off. Get sodding lost. You bastards. They're going to start attacking my ship as well. Right, you wankers. You're dead. Get off! Piss off. That was annoying. Oh well, nothing lost. Apart from my pride. I did mention the drones. I didn't think they'd be actually flying back over here, but they did. Let's just repair. Let's make sure. I don't really know what to do here. If they keep flying at me, I'm just going to have to keep my eye out. Really keep my eye on the radar. On the drone dar. So I thought I could get the engines out of here. Where am I going? What am I doing? What's that? Thruster. Got one thruster. Grow light. Oh, it's normal light. Is that normal light? Yeah. There's another thruster. Another thruster. O2 station, why not? Come on, let me out of here. There's another drone coming in. Oh, fuck off. Now, you get stuck in the ship and you can't get your arse out of here. Go away. It's now just attacking. Oh, don't you dare kill me. No, not again. I need a quick way back to my ship. I'll get lost when I go inside these wrecks. This can't be as bad as having both of them after me. I'm going to get really angry with the Xerax. So they're just going to wrath. Are there two after me? Just the one. I'm quite a long way from the ship. Am I actually hurting myself by falling? Now you will pay. Parking a little bit closer. Let's get the drone to do some work for me. This is a little bit safer. Thruster. What? I thought they fixed that bug. It's a good thing though. I think they're going to leave me alone now because it's lost its core. Okay, that was a bug in the game that I thought was fixed. The whole thing would just collapse. Mine again. Check it. Try and work as much as possible from the top down. This, I do need the larger ones first, so I'll go for those. Well, they're more valuable. I've got a radar view. Yeah, it usually disappears, it's gone now. It's the only danger here. We cannot see what's going on. Don't you dare collapse the whole thing. Nope, nothing coming. the engine. It's all very delicate. That's probably enough. Oh, I'm getting shot at. What? Where did that come from? You're dead. Let's get the core. Stop them attacking it anyway. Oh, I've got the core back. It's good stuff. Home. I think that'll do for the time being. I think there's been that we've got ourselves off to the moon. We can see what am I doing here? We can see the resources on the moon. Being able to retrieve some engines actually from a crashed vessel, which is really good. Should be able to. Oh, drones are on the way. I'll save for another video some progress towards getting a capital vessel. I don't know if I'll build my own or if I'll just get one from a template. Template's probably the best idea when it comes to capital vessels because they're quite big and complicated to make. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you in another video.